And there we are. Let me hide this. Hi to hello, everybody. Hey, folks, thank you so much for being so kind. I'm sitting here reading comments in our green room. That's where I can see you, but you can't see me. And it's just so wonderful to have sweet people, just very, very kind people. And I want to say a special thank you to all of you who've been so supportive of me during a really scary, I don't mean to laugh and giggle, but really, it's been a scary week for me. Everything leading up to this day has just been difficult. I know I've had some memory loss. I've just been a mess. I've been a complete mess. But thank you so very much. I'll tell you something, and I'm not going to try to be emotional this early in the video, especially, but we go through life with our ups and downs, and everybody, you all know that this is true. There's not a person on this channel in the comments right now who can say they've gone through life on top of the world without ever having a down moment or a scary moment, with your health or your relationships or with your finances, for Christ's sake. But it makes it feel really, really good when you don't have to go through things alone. And if you've ever gone through a moment alone, then it makes it 100 times harder to get through, because it's sometimes hard to pull from within. Everyone always talks about, oh no, I just suck it up and just, no buttercup in here, just suck it up, buttercup, But in reality, it's so much easier when you have a support system. And you don't really want to say people who are in your circle, but it's more powerful to say people who got your back, people who are in your corner, because people in your circle, they'll come and go, but people who always got your back is just something that not a lot of people can say they have when they hold on, I'll show you something funny. I'm going to take my mind off of what I'm trying to say. Give me a second to pull this up. The funniest thing happened this morning. I'm going to show you all. I wasn't going to show you all this, but I'm going to go ahead and show you, because if I don't, I'm going to get emotional, and I don't want to be emotional. So let me pull this up right quick. This is so darn funny. This happened this morning, y'all. This happened just this morning. Here it goes. Y'all ready to see this? So let me hide my. I'm a little bit. I'm blushing. Miss Julie grabs her phone, and she wants to show me her phone. I'm like, okay, what's it? Let me show you. So this is her. Is that called the screensaver?
Yeah, my screensaver.
That's her screensaver. Is my fireman pictures from last year. That doesn't bother you at all?
Not at all.
That has to kind of bother you. Oh lordy. Well, it was a nice picture though.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, goodness gracious. So this morning I met a really nice couple who come out to Longhorn Lester's to visit for a bit. And now listen, they did not show up unannounced. I have to always say that. They did not show up unannounced. I've been talking to Miss Julie and Mr. David, her husband, for a bit, and they left Florida a week or so before the hurricane hit. Not for that reason, though. They were coming into Texas to visit her sister, and so they were going to stay for a bit. And so they let me know that they're going to be here for a couple of weeks, and they would love to come by and visit, and which is fine. But what's scary for that is that they have no idea what they're going back home to. They don't think there'll be any problems with their home from all of the flooding and all of the devastation from Hurricane Helene, but they just don't know. So they're going to be leaving today, I think, and heading back home. But I said, you know what? It was a busy week. I said, Miss Julie, I really can't meet with you before my procedure because my nerves and everything. But I said, if you'll give me till Friday, maybe Friday morning, I'll be more than happy to, meet you and your husband. And I says, just please remember and be respectful of this is our home. And you know what? They were just so kind and so respectful. They came in and we showed them around. They got to see all the babies, and I got some really cute video that I'll share with you all a little bit later. But I thought that was the funniest thing, that she wanted to show me her phone, and on her phone was a picture of me in my fireman getup from last year. Oh, so that was just really cute. Let's watch it one more time. So I am a little bit. I'm blushing. Miss Julie grabs her phone, and she wants to show me her phone. I'm like, okay, what's it? Let me show you. So this is her. Is that called the screensaver?
Yeah, my screensaver.
That's her screensaver. Is my fireman pictures from last year. That doesn't bother you at all?
Not at all.
That has to kind of bother you. That's, oh lordy. It was a nice picture though.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, to answer your question, did they see Carl? They did more than that. Now, I want to make sure I compile a video of all the clips that I recorded, but I will say that Miss Julie was very, you know how women are. Women don't forget a darn thing. And she brought everyone's favorite snack. And she brought something for Carl and the big birds, our dino birds. She got something for all the goats, special treat for Mr. Ringo. I'll share that with you in my video. We went out, looked at the horses. Oh, and did Rita ever act a fool? My friends, we love Rita. God, we love Rita. But did she ever put on a show in front of these folks, which was just funny? I got some really neat videos. So what I'll do is I'll get off the live here, and I'm going to go over to the J&L for a bit. And then when I get back, I will compile that video for this afternoon. But it was a really nice visit. And the reason I say that is because when I first saw Miss Julie and Mr. David down by the road, she messaged and says, we're here at the gate. So I drove down to open the gate and greet them, make sure they weren't crazy. I wanted to do a quick crazy check. Y'all think I'm kidding, don't you? I wanted to do kind of a crazy check, and I found out, well, when I rolled up, here seems a very normal man ready to shake my hand and greet me the way men do. And beside him was this woman who was just crying, just tears just pouring out of her face. I'm like, oh no, we got a real sicko here. But no, it was a neat moment that I did not pull out my phone to capture. But and I hope that Miss Julie will not be embarrassed that I share this. But she told me that she went through a very difficult time when she lost her dad, and she too felt quite alone during all of that. And she said that she ran across a video, one of my videos, and it just gave her a reason to cry and to feel and to laugh. And she's been with us ever since. So, you know, I'm not trying to embarrass her by any means. And I'm joking when I say that she looked crazy. She doesn't look crazy at all, but she was just overcome with emotion of seeing somebody who's helped her in a time when she needed it. And seeing all of you all here being so sweet to me, it's just powerful to know that even though many of y'all will laugh it off and scoff it off and it's just no big deal, Lester, it's just a colonoscopy, Lester, or whatever else. And I see a lot of those kind of comments, but you know what? It's a procedure that I've never had done before. And there was a lot of unknown. There was a lot of first. I will say that there were a lot of first for me in this entire couple of days. And it was really wonderful to have you all. So thank you. Thank you very much. Can we move on? Can we just move on now? I did not have any intentions of coming over here and being emotional. And you know what? I probably would have been fine had I not been reading all of the comments over here while the pictures were playing. But if you think about it, it's just everything from the whole voodoo stuff, and then Ernie over here with his roller coasters and his ups and downs, and then of course my procedure and all that. You were there when Jamie had that horrible incident with her. And man, just thinking back of all the times that you've been there this year when we really needed you the most. And like I say, we are blessed to have people in our corner. And I hope that you too have people in your corner, especially now. I feel so horrible watching the news at night with seeing the devastation in all those states and the people and the communities and the families with the flooding and just all of that. And then it makes me so mad at the government for not having more resources available to those people. And I can find myself getting worked up just knowing, because that's one thing that I can relate. There's a lot of things that you all share with me that I can't relate to. I try to be empathetic and I listen, and but I just, if you've never experienced something, then it's hard to relate. But with this flooding going on right now, I have been there. I've lost a home. The entire Morrow Hill has lost animals and all of your life's possessions and stuff. And then so when I look around and see that FEMA's out of money and all of the millions, $350 million that was redistributed away from FEMA to help migrants, it makes me so mad. I don't want to blame any particular person, but I just say the government in general just makes me so mad that there's not resources flowing into those communities and those states. And it makes me so mad. But I'm not here to be mad. I'm here to be happy that I got something taken care of with me. And you all were there to support me on all of that. So thank you so very much. Yeah, Jamie made a video of my moments waking up. I'll talk more about that. Let me tell you the whole experience. If I can just tell you the whole experience, that would be wonderful. So you were very right in all of the things that you told me in your messages. And you were so correct in what you told me, what to expect, what was going to happen, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so I made it my mission to go ahead and document that. And I feel like that's sort of kind of my responsibility as a video creator. And I'm just going to kind of air quote this because there's a lot of things that you do not want to be influenced by, not by me, but they do call people like us influencers. That's what we are. We're influencers because having a platform gives you a voice to reach people who you would not normally have a chance to reach. And in saying so, I thought, well, if this is an experience that I have to do, yeah, I'm scared, nervous, but I thought I would also go ahead and try to find ways to document and record everything that I have to do. And I'll just say, for those who did not find it to be a typical Longhorn Lester video, you're right. It's not a typical Longhorn Lester video. But it is a real life video. It's a real life experience that I had to do. And I brought you along on that journey. And then I was hoping to find a way to maybe convince people who need to have it done, who've been putting it off. Someone's making a joke about Dr. Diddy. That was Longhorn Lester's right there. The only thing is, I'm very embarrassed that I actually called the doctor Diddy. I called him Diddy. Oh, that was the most embarrassing thing I've ever done, ever. I don't know where that came from, but I was loopy. I was just coming up and coming awake out of everything. And he'd come in to check on me. I'm like, thanks a lot, Diddy. Thank you, Diddy. And I gave him a little fist bump and I called him Diddy. And I felt so embarrassed later about that. So sorry about that, everybody. If you found offense to that, Jamie said he was laughing. He was not offended. He thought it was funny. So as long as the doctor's laughing, and as long as he'd already done all that he was going to do on that very, is it invasive? Oh, so it was quite the experience. I'll tell you what, quite the experience. So thank you all for being supportive and all of that. But no, I'm hoping that the video, for those who need to have it done or those that have been putting it off, and then for those who completely refuse because you're not going there, I will tell you this, and you're hearing it from me, that it was not bad. It was not that bad. I did not like the taste of the, I forgot what they called it, but the formula I had to drink to kind of clear myself out. And I was obviously, no one enjoys sitting on the toilet for as long as you have to sit to make sure your body's completely flushed. But I will say this, I have never felt so clean. I haven't. I've never felt so clean on the inside. And as weird as it sounds, it makes you feel better to know that you're all cleaned up. And then I'll tell you this too, it's been over 24 hours now, and I did, but I did not want to drink that Dr. Pepper yesterday. And then I was going to have rice. We was going to have some Chinese fried rice for dinner last night. And I really thought long and hard about, do I really want to get my insides all messy again? And then even this morning, with my first cup of coffee in 2 days, I'm thinking, do I really want to drink this and get my insides all sloppy again? Isn't that weird that I'm trying hard to make sure my insides can stay a little bit cleaner, a little bit healthier? Oh, these flies, where'd they come from? We'd had such pretty weather and there'd been no flies around here for a while. Yes, clean as a whistle, someone says. So all of my shiny parts. Oh, yes. So that's a long story. But no, I did. I wanted to, that was difficult, really, to know there's going to be a doctor down there in all of the places that you just normally don't. Men, especially, don't just show off. We don't go for the Brazilian wax, and we don't do things like women do, And so I was just kind of like, I didn't want to be just some old 50-year-old man laying there with all, hairy parts. So I thought I would just clean up a little bit. But it is what it is. Feels good. Feels good to be nice and clean on the inside and the outside. Nice and shiny, as I say it. Oh, my goodness gracious. I'm going to have to take y'all inside. Sorry. Join me inside the house, please. I can show you the furniture. I'll show you the furniture if you'll come inside with me. I'm so sorry. The flies. Do I smell that bad? I should be nice and clean. And I have flies all over me. Let's go inside, though, if you don't mind. Get away from the flies. Oh, yeah. Feels a lot better in here anyway. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I left my glasses outside, so I'm not going to be able to read anything. I found another pair. Now they're brown. They're not going to match anything, but whatever. So it's a lot cooler inside, and there's no flies harassing me. So Diana says there is Nair for men. Maybe so. I would never go to the store and buy any Nair for men, but I didn't think it was a big deal. And then it wasn't until I put the stuff on that I realized how itchy it was. And then it said, well, I didn't read the directions, but I could see easy enough from the little picture that you just put it on and you wait 5 or 10 minutes and then you rinse it off. And that hair should just kind of just come out by itself. But it wasn't until I put it on and I began to burn, like the burn, just a horrible, horrible burn. It felt like you're putting battery acid on everything. And then to grab my glasses and then read the fine print where it says that you don't put it in areas on your body, but by then it was way too late. Oh, it does smell horrible. The smell of Nair. If you have never used Nair, Nair is like a hair remover that I guess women can use on their legs. I don't really know where women would use Nair, but I'm guessing legs. maybe their underarms. Guys, I don't know. I've never sit there and watched Jamie use her Nair, but I just says, hey, there's some Nair. I'll try it out and just go ahead and get all the hair off of me so the doctor's not having to maneuver. And I know you probably don't want to talk about all of this. I know there's a lot more things we can talk about besides Lester putting Nair on his man parts and his behind. Anyway, I never had a chance to ask the doctor, was he impressed? As a matter of fact, if I can be honest with you all, that would be my one take from all of this, is that I never had much time to talk to the doctor. All I remember is when I went in yesterday, I got there a little bit early, did my paperwork. I had to pay them some money. I took care of all of that, signed some papers. They had to verify that Jamie was real and that she was going to be there to pick me up. They would not trust me to not have a ride. Jamie did work. She had to work. So she stayed in her car and worked from her Zoom calls there in the parking lot. So I did all of those things. And then as soon as I was done with the paperwork, they called me back, which was still 30 minutes early. And then once I got back, it was just one doctor did, not doctor, but I guess a nurse. One nurse did this. Another nurse did this. They got me all cleaned up and put out of my clothes into the clothes I had to wear. They got me comfy in the bed, and that was the same bed that I laid into for all of the blood pressure and to do all of the IV is the same bed I was in the entire time. They moved my bed from one spot to another spot and then back. So yeah, that was easy. There was no walking around. And then as soon as they got me all, I would say, as when they got me prepped in their kind of prep, as far as everything being done, it was just, they rolled me out of one room into, it's not an operating room, but it's the room where the doctor was at. And when I rolled in, at this point, I had not had anything besides the IV drip. He was sitting at the computer and he was typing. And I says, hello, Dr. Lee. I had spoke to him first. I says, my family doctor speaks very highly of you. And that's who actually referred me to him. And he goes, yeah. And we talked about my family doctor for a second or so. And he said, this is funny. He stood up and he walked over and he goes, so you do social media for a living? And I said, yes, sir, I have. And at that point right there, I remember nothing. There was a lady behind me who was trying to get me into position, and she had me roll over. And this is my hurting shoulder. And she says, I says, could I have a pillow or something under my arm? I have a shoulder injury. And so she goes, I'll give you a towel. And so she's setting me help get this towel ready as I'm talking to the doctor. And then she says, move your legs up towards your chest. So I'm moving my legs up with my towel all in place. And me and the doctor are having what I thought was a conversation. Silence. I will say this, I had the happiest dreams. I was just having so many happy dreams. Oh, that sounds horrible, doesn't it? That sounds very horrible, Lester. Guys, that's not what I mean. I feel like all of my dreams were taking me to happy places. That sounds horrible that I'm having a colonoscopy, having happy dreams. Oh, no. That's not what I mean. What I'm saying is, as I'm in my deep sleep, because I don't remember a darn thing, I never had a bad memory or a bad dream. I woke up very relaxed. Oh, this sounds even worse. I woke up very relaxed. Oh my God, this doesn't sound right at all. But it was done. It was over. And then I don't even remember the doctor coming in to talk to me about my results. Jamie said it was all on video. And I saw the video. So I saw when the video started, I'm like, was it quite like that? But hey, it was over and I'm done. He did say, I got paperwork. Hey, y'all want to see my pictures? Do y'all want to see my pictures or not? I'm not going to make you look at them, but I have a folder. When I say the good, the bad, and the ugly, I'm not making that up, y'all. I got pictures right here in this folder. I will not make you look at them. There's a lot of yeses. Okay, there's a lot of yeses here. So let me hide all my personal information. This here has my name and all my personal information on it. And then I will show you, I don't want you to see all the doctor's information. Okay. So I will say this. Okay, so if you do not want to see a few pictures, I'm just going to hold them up real fast. We're not going to sit here and stare at them. I'm not going to like zoom in and examine all that kind of stuff. But I will say this, that Jamie said the doctor was very pleased that all of the prep that I did it right, because everything was nice and clean, and he was able to see what he had to see. He did find a polyp, and I will show you that picture in case you want to know what it looks like. He also removed the palate. So where he removed it, he circled it with his pen, and it shows a little bit of a bloody area where he removed that palate. But he removed that because he has to send it in for a biopsy. So, well, I'm going to go ahead and just hold them up real fast because I'm so proud of myself. And, you know, we always say that we'll show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So you may call it good, you may call it bad, you may call it ugly, but you know what? That's the important part about this channel, is being transparent. So if you want to look away, here goes the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Okay, so these are my pictures, and it's so bizarre to know this is all up inside of me. But over here, he circled the polyp that he circled before he removed it, and then over here, he showed me where he removed it. And so here's the polyp. There was only one, and then here's where he removed it. And he said there might be a little bit of blood just for a little while, but that's only, not to be alarmed, that's only because of where he removed the polyp. And he sent that in to have it, I guess, biopsy. That might be the word. I don't know for a fact. And then I think that he'll call me back in 2 weeks and let me know if there's any issues. But from all looks of things, everything looks to be wonderful. He also did the, what's the other thing they look for inside there? Not just the colon, but also the, oh my gosh, why are these words escaping me? The prostate. He says the prostate looks wonderful. Your colon looks great. Everything's wonderful. And so he says more than likely he'll wait. Yes, prostate. Thank you. He'll wait until he gets that biopsy back, but more than likely he will not have to see me again for 10 years. And it felt so good to hear that. You know, my dad has to go every 7 years because they've found many polyps on him. So with me only, okay, so Lester, I'm saying it wrong. Guys, I'm saying it wrong, but I think that you understand what I mean. I think that you know what I mean. So polyp. I don't know, guys. I'm not well studied in that area. And yes, I was a language arts teacher for a long time, as supposedly I told my doctor all about my teaching career. I don't know. That's what the doctors say, that I talked the entire time. And it is what it is. But they sent me a lot of information in the packet that talks about the polyps and all of those things, what to expect. So I'll say this. I'm not going to ask you to do a Google review of my doctor. I'll ask you to review a lot of stuff, but we're not going to have anybody do a review of my doctor. But I will say this. It was wonderful as far as the treatment, the care, the conversations, the patience. I mean, the patience as far as paciencia, the patience that the nurses had, and all of the entire procedure was wonderful. And so I know that in other countries, from people who I've been reading and things that you've been sharing with me, the procedure is different, I guess, everywhere you go, maybe state by state. But I tell you what, Kingwood endoscopy, is the folks who took care of me. And I will, if I need to go back, then I will go back there because I really was pleased. Like I said, the only thing that I wish I could have done was spoken to the doctor more, but that's just because I want to know who's who. I mean, come on, don't you all want to know who's who when it comes to getting up inside of all that? And so, yeah, that would be the only downfall is I did not have more time to get to know the man who was going to be all up in my beeswax. Okay. so, uh, so for everyone that did watch my video, thank you. It wasn't a video to entertain you, even though I'm hoping that you were entertained a little bit. It was more of a video to help spread awareness and to teach men, especially. I know there's not a whole lot of men that follow the channel, but I wanted men to know what to expect without getting all gross, without having to show you a whole bunch of stuff. I did lose 2 pounds. I hope that that was sort of something in the video that I thought might be interesting. I thought I would have lost a lot more than that, y'all. And I'll tell you why I say that, because if you could have seen, well, not seen, but if you could have seen if you could have witnessed how much time I spent in the bathroom, you would have thought that I could have lost 20 pounds. Seriously, I would have thought that I lost 20 pounds in all of that. But to find out that before I started the procedure, the prep, I weighed 222.7. And once I woke up the next day, and when I say wake up, it wasn't sleep. It was just like a few minutes of a cat nap here and there. When I woke up the next morning and weighed myself to only lose 2 pounds, I'm like, something's wrong with these scales, Jamie. We need new batteries or something. But no, just to lose 2 pounds, I'm like, what? Oh, only 2 pounds? I thought I'd come out of there a lot lighter than that. But no. Well, that's true. What you're saying over in the comments is that no, now you do know the real Lester inside and out. Literally. Inside and out. You're so funny, y'all. You're so funny. Thank you. So, okay, I think that we probably can just stop talking about all of that now, even though that's been the biggest thing on my mind for a long time. Oh my goodness, y'all. Whoo-wee. So your comments are really funny. Thank y'all. Thank you for Facebook and YouTube for being here. We are on both channels, both platforms, both Facebook and YouTube for Longhorn Lesters only. I don't go to the Sanctuary channel for my timeout or for my, I do not go to the Sanctuary channel for my lunch with Longhorn Lester. And of course, I don't mess with Jamie's channel hardly ever unless she asks me to do a timeout Tuesday for her. Yes. So no, I do. I agree with what Jessica says. I think that all men and women, if you're advised by your doctor, or even if you're not, what's the harm in getting it done? If you have insurance or if you can afford it without your insurance, I really do think, because there's a huge weight that's been lifted off of my shoulders to know that my prostate and my colon are clean and healthy. Because what I don't want to do is find myself leaving this earth any earlier than I'm going to already, especially because I have, still, I have a 12, almost 13-year-old who needs a dad. And don't think I haven't thought about that. I appreciate you guys being so kind. You've just been so kind. There's only one person being a jerk in the comments, and I'm just going to ignore it. But I will say that everyone has to have that kind of cross their mind about what you leave behind if you do end up having to leave this world early. And so, of course, you worry about your animals and you worry about Jamie. You worry about you don't want to leave finances and financial strain on people. But, I worry about my kids. I think that LE would be fine, even though he's still learning his way through this world. But Lex is still young, friends, and he still needs to have his dad to help guide him and be there for him when he's having bad days, experiences that he needs to So it feels good to know. Hey, I could still leave this world anytime, y'all. I mess with longhorns and ostriches, okay? I could still leave this world at any time. We all know that any day could be my last, as it could be yours. We also drive places, we fly planes, we live in a world that has all kinds of crazy people running around. So not floods in Georgia. Thank you. You're right. There's we all know that any day could be our last. But if there's something that we could do to prevent things, and so that's all you're doing. And when you go for these kind of checkups, is you're trying to be preventative and take care of an issue before it ever becomes a major issue. And talk about finances and financial strain if you was have to go through some kind of a cancer treatment. So no, I would say that the money that I spent to have this done, the time that I spent to have it done, the little bit of uncomfortable, the one night that was really uncomfortable as far as the prep stuff, early detection. And I said it in my video yesterday that learning about things earlier is always better than learning about medical things too late. So, oh, goodness gracious. Thank you, Diana. I'll just go ahead and end the entire conversation with Diana's comment right here. Diana V, what a lovely lady, says, "We are proud of you," with some pink hearts. Thank you, Miss Diana. And thank you to everybody else who's been thinking about me and all of this stuff. All right. So what else is going on, friends? What else has been going on around here? Not a whole lot, really. I well, everyone knows that I still, even though you may be prepping and you're doing things, farm life does not take a day off. You don't get days off with your farm work. And so I still went to the JL Ranch every single day. But what I did not want to do is go live from the JL Ranch and find myself unable to have a full conversation by being cut short. So I did not go live as much as I normally would like to, but I did go live from the house here talking about other stuff. I went live late one evening. Wait, I thought we were going to stop talking about this whole colonoscopy thing. Yes. June wants to know if Jamie liked the sofa. Well, I don't know. I'm going to just say this. Jamie's not watching. I know she's not watching, so I'll go ahead and just say this. And Jamie doesn't really watch a lot of my videos. But guys, you get busy. You don't watch everyone's video. But I think that we all know our partners well enough to know a fake smile and a fake nod. So I don't think that Jamie really liked the furniture. I do think that if she could have gone herself, she probably would have picked something different. But I've been reading some of the comments on my videos, and a lot of people are saying that all I need to do is get a throw rug to go in the middle that can kind of tie all of the colors together. Now, guys, you're all sitting here looking at in the background behind me, and you have to see that this house is full of colors. There's a lot of colors in here, and everything from the dog bed to the mantle to the wall in the back to the longhorns to now the furniture. And so there's a lot of different colors. And so it's not like a home that's easy to match up. So on one hand, having so many colors might be a good thing, but on the other hand, I think it really depends on what things draw your attention. If that back wall draws all of your attention, then you might think that the couch color does not go well. But I tell you what, the way I feel is the way a lot of people in the comments say that, Lester, as long as you're comfy, your home is not going on the front of a magazine for, I don't even know the name of those kind of magazines, but we're not trying to win any kind of a prize for the most beautiful. And guys, we live in a very small home, and we're very happy here. So ultimately, it was a video that I took you all along with me. Maybe it wasn't exactly what Jamie would have picked out, but I feel like it was a surprise. And in saying so, She was surprised, all right. She was surprised. But I will say this, I have slept on the couch twice and it's very comfy. As of now, we're still keeping the dogs off. Now it's only been what 3 or 4 days, but there's been no dogs on the furniture at all. And even me, when I sleep, look at here, I put a blanket under me. Well, then again, I've been under prepping, okay? I don't want to be the reason we stain our couch, okay? That's horrible. That did not happen, okay? That did not happen, okay? That is not why the blanket is on the couch, okay? I put the blanket down because I don't want to sweat on the couch. I just want to have the comfortable, oh, never mind. So I'm going to grab Claire's comment here. Claire says, stain the fireplace shelf in walnut. That? Pick out a color from your back wall. I don't know, man. I like that fireplace shelf. Lester, have Jamie go to Rugs USA. Lots of choices. I've ordered from them. So that might be all that we need is to find a throw rug to go there on the floor. And then it kind of like, I know they have rugs that have so many colors, like that back wall sort of, and you might be able to just find something that will blend everything together. But I will say this, let me go ahead and hide that comment. Thank you, ladies, for your comments. But the furniture is nice. It's new. It smells good. There's been no dogs on it. And so we're going to try to keep it that way for a while. And then I tell you what, oh no, Here to Stay says you could put a cow rawhide rug. I'll never have one of those. I guess it's bad enough I have those longhorn carcasses in here, the heads, but those, yeah, we didn't kill them longhorns to get those, y'all. We don't kill our longhorns, okay? So a burgundy rug would blend in very well. I don't know. And then some over here, Lisa is saying, how about some throw pillows? That would be a good idea too. I do think we need some throw pillows, even though I'm not going to buy them. If Jamie wants to try to change and decorate and try to find ways to blend it all together, she can absolutely do that. I've done my part and I'm pretty proud of myself with what I've done. I should say so myself. So a lot of people are asking questions about Sadie. I will say that Sadie has eaten today, so Sadie's doing fine. Also, I have video cameras. I'm not going to show you my camera locations, but on my phone, I can pull up my cameras at any time of the day, and I can usually find Sadie. And so Sadie's doing the same thing she always does. The only thing that she did not do, which has everyone upset, is she did not come to eat yesterday. When I got to the property, she walked over. I loved on her. I offered her food and she did not want to eat. And that was a little bit worrisome. But I think that Sadie's fine. She's going to be fine. And I will be going over there whenever I leave here. It is, what time is it? 12:47. When I leave here in a few minutes, I'm going to head over to Tractor Supply and pick up an order. And then I'll be going to the JL Ranch property. And I will promise you, I will check on Sadie. I'll probably even go live over there as well. So Sadie's going to be fine. All of the cows are good. A lot of people are concerned about Amber Rose because in the video you saw, she had a little bit of a limp. Yeah, I have not caught her. I did not grab her and have a peek at it. I saw what you're talking about. She's kind of hobbling around a little bit. But, you know, things happen to the same way you and I can sometimes step wrong or step in a hole or lay wrong or mama step on top of her something. So she'll be fine. I promise. Thank you for being so observant and noticing so many things. But I promise you, we're going to be fine. Here's kind of a long comment. I'll read it. Let me pull it up. We can read it together. Come here. Not this one. Jack says, my now ex-husband and I looked and decided on leather and wood living room furniture. Then when he went to purchase it, he chose a completely different blue and gray cloth set. It is what it is. Oh, so I'm guessing you guys went together and picked out your furniture, but you made the grand mistake of letting him go back to buy it. And for some reason, he came home with a different blue and gray cloth for set of furniture. And then she says, "It is what it is." And she just throws her arms up. That is so cute and funny. I have not picked up Gary's pain meds. Cindy says, "Did you ever go pick up Gary's pain meds?" I did not, Miss Cindy. You know what I may do? I will look around here and I'll see if I can find any more of Ringo's CBD oil. But it's been a very busy morning, and it's going to be even a busier afternoon. So I will take care of that prescription first thing on Monday morning. That's my plan for Monday morning, waking up and going to the vet's office and grabbing Gary's pain meds. Okay. But listen, Gary has gone months and months and months without any pain meds. And Gary's going to be fine. Is he up on his legs a lot more than normal? Absolutely. But I think that Gary will be fine for a couple of days. And besides, the young heifers he's hanging out with are quite intoxicating. They are quite intoxicating. So that's a compliment to our young ladies. They're all the painkiller that Gary needs. He's not laying around. He's not miserable. He's really loving life right now. And that is one thing that I'll say about little Gary is the fact that he seems so darn happy. He does. He looks so happy. And even though it's nice, to know that he has a friend in Waylon, I also know that Waylon and Tex can be pretty rough. And I've never seen Gary be so active since we've gotten him, since we come across him in that road ditch back December, almost a year ago. I've never seen Gary look and act so alive. It's sad to me to know that he will not be with us forever. But I love to know that the last, be it months or be it years, that we're going to have Gary, we're going to find a way to keep him happy and comfortable. So thank you so much to this lady, Darla. And guys, if you don't already know this, I know that every creator says it. The problem with us saying it is that the AI hears all that we're saying. And if the AI can hear what we're saying, they're going to shadow ban us because they don't want us to encourage you what to do. They just want you to, on your own, do those kind of things. So just know it's a catch-22. A lot of your video creators will say it. Hey, do this and make sure you do this and make sure that you do this. But what happens is your powers that be with the YT and the FB, they listen to everything these days. They listen to it all. And if you say anything that might encourage your audience to do things they wouldn't do on their own, then they will absolutely shadow ban you, which means they're not going to completely hide you. They're going to make it harder for you all to find us. So those things right there are absolutely what helps our page get noticed, helps our videos become more easily found, and helps keeps the pages going. I was talking this morning to that sweet lady, and she was so concerned, so worried that we're going to stop making videos on FB. You all know what I mean by FB. And because she knows that we're not getting paid on that platform anymore. And so I reminded her what so many other creators are doing, are going and putting their videos on YT, the tube, and they're just putting a link onto the FB. But the problem with that is FB knows what you're doing, and they will also begin to hide your channel. So it's a really scary world that we live in, trying to make a living off of social media. But hey, I'm not going to stop it because, like I said when the video started, with having you all here, it means I always have somebody. There's always going to be somebody at 3 a.m. when I got to drink that horrible medicine. There'll always be somebody to be here if I'm having a bad day, or someone to celebrate a moment with. If I want to celebrate a special moment, there'll always be somebody wanting to celebrate a special moment with me. So I don't have to worry as much as a lot of people. If you're only in it for the money, I'll say that again. I want to say it real clear. If you only do it for the money, then you've found out real fast that FB, the book of faces, they're not concerned about you paying your bills. They're concerned about competing with the TikToks of the world. And so we kind of, I think that the joke that a lot of people creators use is missionary work. I don't do missionary work. I don't give away my content for free. Well, we do, because I said it, and I said it from all along, that it was Facebook who gave us our opportunity, our window into social media. And so I will always remember Facebook for being the platform that reached out to us to open up this door. And that door has led to so many amazing opportunities for the entire family. So I will never curse. I'll never curse the powers that be at the book. But I will say it's the tube that pays the bills now, not the book. But it is what it is. How's Gigi doing? I talked to my mom yesterday after her procedure, and she was laughing at my video saying how much more she would have rather had gone in for my procedure than her surgery on her hand. And I says, I know, Mom. I says, it's night and day. What you had to have done, Mom, and what I had to have done is very, very different, because I'm already up, moving around. I'm already driving, even though some of the PPATs told me not to. I was already driving yesterday and doing what I had to do. And my mom will have to go a couple of weeks without the use of one of her hands. And that's hard, y'all. If you've ever had any kind of carpal tunnel surgeries, you know. Well, I mean, if you've ever had an injured hand or something, you know how difficult it must be to do the things that you take for granted. So my mom is going to have a lot harder time than I have. I promise you that. So I'll be going over tomorrow. Jamie went over today to visit, and I'll be going tomorrow, Saturday, when I always do my lunch with my boys. And so I'll visit my mom then and check on her. But I think that she feels good, and that's important. So, and then my dad's there. And even though my dad may not, I don't really know if my dad talks as much as what, but my dad's there. And my dad helps out more with my mom than what people probably realize. He helps her out with the babysitting that she does. He helps her out with, things around the house. My dad will cook. My dad will clean. My dad's a really good partner to my mom. So my mom's going to be fine. Did Jamie get to visit with Junior? Yes, she did. But she said that Junior was not in the best of moods. He was cranky. So she did not make a video, because you don't want to go video someone's baby when the baby's not in a good mood. You don't want to video a baby who's whiny or cry. So I'm reading now about all of the folks who've had similar surgeries to my mom, and you know how difficult it is to get up and get going without the use of your hands. So yeah, I can't imagine that. So I'm not from West Virginia. Someone asked if I'm from West Virginia. I'm in Texas. Okay. How's Ernie? Ernie's having a good day today. When the sweet couple were here a little bit ago, we went out and visited with Ernie and the family, and Ernie's doing fine. He came up to drink some water, and he's up and about. So that's really, really good. All right. Well, listen, I don't really see any direct questions coming to me. A lot of people are being very polite and kind to compliments about my mom. So thank you so much for that. Did Gigi ever find her teeth? Yes. So I'm not just making this up. If you don't know, where'd that go? Right there. Lori says, did Gigi find her teeth? So it was pretty embarrassing, but my mom takes out her teeth at night when she sleeps. And the dog, one of the dogs, my mom and dad have several dogs. One of the dogs came by and took her teeth and carried her teeth to the dog bed. So my mom did finally find her teeth in the dog bed. Now, I still have my real teeth. I have no idea how that feels. So even though I have a way, I don't have far to go, I don't think, before I'll be having my own dental issues, but I'm fine with my teeth for now. I don't even have a single cavity. It's crazy to be my age and not a single cavity, which is just crazy. I know I got some chips here, but not a single cavity. So I've done something right. Maybe it's the fluoride or the whatever it is in our water. I have no idea. But how blessed. I don't have teeth issues. Okay, well, listen, I'm just going to let you know again how blessed we are to have you all and how much it meant to me through these last couple of days to have you all hanging around and being so supportive of me with what I was going through. And I will admit that maybe I made a big deal out of nothing, but just know that next time I do this in 10 years, hopefully, it won't be as big of a deal because I've done it before. But for my first time doing this, it put a lot of stress on me. So I wasn't trying to seek sympathy. Well, I'm going to end the video the same way we started it. I'm going to play the video of chapter 4 of our voodoo shirts. I do think we have one chapter still to go. If you've not seen your picture in the first 4 chapters, make sure you look at all of them. Don't do like the sweet lady today and say, I never saw my picture. And to come to find out, she was in chapter 2. I had to find it and show it to her. So no, remember, this is our 4th chapter, and we've taken all of the shirts the pictures that you sent us, and I've put those into little photo stories, they call them, with some music. So I'll go ahead and play that one last time. I'll see you guys in a couple of hours over to JL Ranch if you choose to. And I always do that on the book, a Facebook, because I'm able to put my long videos onto YouTube. And so just trying to balance everything out and make sure that people who don't use YouTube still have a chance to kind of keep up with what's going on with Longhorn Lesters and stuff. So thank you all so very much for the double dippers. We appreciate you more than you realize. We love you so, so very much. And it's just been a blessing to have you with me during these last couple of days. Thank you for loving my mom and just for loving this family altogether. For you guys who are struggling with the flooding, I really do hope that at some point you will find the help that you need to get you back, even though we know that you're never going to be back the way that you were before, guys. But just know that the entire world is watching. The entire world is watching. And you have not been forgotten. It may seem that way at times, and I know it's not much solace to you to know that we're all watching, but we're not helping. We're not able to do much. But I do hope the government will come around and find a way to help you and get you what you need, get you back on track. They were there for us during Harvey with all of our flooding. But of course, during that era, back in 2017, we didn't have the millions and millions of dollars going to house and support the illegal migrants. So I do hope that at some point we can get back on track and get you guys taken care of, because that breaks my heart more than anything else to know how people in this country are doing without. And so much money is being sent overseas to fight wars that are not our wars, or to take care of people who are not our people, who do not believe and support our American way of life. So, and I too have, I can't say I've cried for a week, but I tell you what, I've been so much in tune with watching the videos of what you all are going through. And I promise you, we do support you and we do love you. So thank you so very much, friends. Enjoy the little videos we go off, and we love you, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.